Okay, so here's a question now. They're saying that for the function, let's say number 1, for the function below, specify the quotient and the remainder. So we need the quotient and the remainder. So now, yeah. So we have this guy now, x raised to 3 minus 2x squared, and then minus 1 3 x, and then plus 1 5, and then that is divided by x minus 1. So to find the remainder and the guy, the thing, the quotient here, we have to use the long division, or if we don't use the long division, we have to use synthetic division. So now what we do is that we're going to take this guy, you say x minus 1. By the way, this is our solution. So now we're gonna say x minus 1, and then all this should be divided by x raised to 3 minus 2x squared minus 1 3 x plus 1 5. So now what do? We take this guy divided that guy, actually x raised to 3, we divide it by what? By x. Yeah, so that's what we do. So we're gonna say x raised to 3 divide by this x of the divisor. So we're getting what? We're getting x squared. So we take this x squared, we put it here, and then now the next step will be that x squared we multiply by this guy here, the same divisor. So that means now we're going to say x squared into x minus 1, which will give us x raised to 3 minus x squared. And then that means we're going to say here x raised to 3 minus x squared. And then from here we're going to subtract. So now we're going to say x raised to 3 minus x raised to 3, and that will give us 0. And then now we subtract these guys. That means minus x squared minus 2x squared minus x raised to 3. So we're gonna have what? We're gonna have negative x squared, because remember we have negative 2x squared minus negative x squared, which is gonna be negative 2x squared plus x squared. So this ends up being negative x squared. So yeah, I believe everything is clear. So now after this, we are going to say now again the negative x squared divided by the x, same x that we have there, and then that will give us a negative x. So now we're going to have that negative x, we multiply by the same divisor, which is x minus 1. So that's going to be x minus 1, and then that's gonna be negative x squared plus x. So now after dividing, actually that negative x, we put it there on top, and then so that's there like that. So now from here we take this guy, we put it here, negative x squared plus x. So now again, when we reach this step, we need to subtract. So now we have x squared, negative x squared minus negative x squared, which will give us a 0 here. And then now we need to bring it down the 13, because so that's going to give us negative 13x. So now if we say in 13x minus what? Minus x, that's gonna be negative 14x. Remember, we have minus 13x minus x, which is negative 14x. They add up. So from there what do we do? Again, we take that negative 14x, we divide by the same x of the divisor, so that's divided by x, that gives us negative 14. So we take that negative 14, we put there on top, and then after that we bring down, or maybe let's first multiply now that negative 14 with x minus 1, which is that guy there. And then after multiplying that, we get negative 14x plus 14. So that's negative 14x plus 14. So now we subtract again. So negative 14 minus negative 14 will give us a 0. And then now we need to bring down something there. So we need to bring down the 15 like that. And then now what I'm gonna do is that we're going to have what here, 15, and then that was a positive 1. So now the 15 minus 14 gives us 1. Oh yes. So that's it. So this guy is what? It's a reminder or remainder, English, whatever it is. So this one is what? Is the quotient. It's not about English, it's about maths. Quotient. So we are done. We are done. We are done. Those are the things they wanted. So now we can just put the equation back as so now since now we can just put the equation back, because we're actually dividing this guy by that thing there. So what we get, we got actually the answer is x squared. If we check on top here, and then minus x, and then minus 40. So this was our answer, because our answer is actually at the top. Let me highlight this what we get here. This is actually our answer, our quotient. But so again, with the full answer, the final answer would be plus 1 over the divisor, which was x minus 1, like that. So this is the thing, and then that is the thing. That's how you perform a long division. So you may as well as put as the final function as like this. Dango.